Welcome back. We will begin this session with Solka practice, offering to the protectors. It was not uploaded as part of the NyungNe text, but it's the regular text we practice on Sundays. Dark blue book. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Back to 3. I appear as the Idam Deity. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate Ram, Yam, and Kam. Fire, wind, and water burn, scatter, and wash away the faults and defects of the Torma. Above wind and fire is a hearth of skulls. Above that is a vast and spacious skull filled with the 5 meats and 5 nectars. The 5 meats are marked with Om, Hum, Tam, Shri, and Ah, and the 5 nectars with Mam, Lam, Bam, Pam, and Tam. A wind of Hum emerges from the nostrils, blowing, stirring, and lighting the fire, which melts and boils the substances. The defects bubble over, and the pure essence fills the skull to the brim. Above a moon disk lid, Hum, Ah, and Om are stacked, one above the other. Lights radiate from these and gather nectar, which merges with the syllables. The 3 syllables and moon disk melt into light and dissolve into the nectar. Thus it transforms into an ocean of wisdom nectar.
Om Ahum Ha Ho She Om Ahum Ha Ho Om Ahum Ha Ho She Ranga Thoka Saula Odula Madan Kanto Chujong Soma Zo Nola Sojong Yedat Geren Jan Rut
Light radiates from the seed syllable at my heart, inviting the Lama, Yidam, and Dakinis, the protectors and guardians of the Dharma, wealth gods, guardians of the directions, local spirits, obstructing spirits, karmic creditors, and the 6 classes of beings, who then gather before me like billowing clouds. According to the ranking order, these guests partake of the Toma with light tubes emerging from their Vajra tongues, and thus are pleased and satisfied. Page 12. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Glorious Vajra Guardian, Great Black One, and Heruka, glorious Great Bhairava. By nature you are one with Dharmata. In essence you are the same within primordial wisdom, and in character you are equal in unhindered activity. Hero who defeats all unfavorable circumstances, you are the foremost lord of all appearances and existence, and all gods and demons. Wrathful local guardian, great leader of activity oppressors, invincible sovereign of radiant splendor, you protect awareness-holding yogins as if they were your own children. And you assess the absorption of oath-bound practitioners. You are endowed with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing, and the power of magnetizing activity. You are swift in activities of liberating savage foes and hindrances. Your mighty skill in protecting the teachings is sublime. Powerful Lord with the name, the one endowed with mighty Vajra wrath, great warrior God of yogins, please heed me. Please dwell in this holy shrine of enlightened body, speech, and mind, of myself, the yogin called Vajra Heruka. Please act to conquer the dread of the four maras and all obstacles along my path of supreme bliss, whereby I will accomplish unsurpassed awakening. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi companion that will guide me on the authentic path. Until I attain awakening, help me to never deviate onto mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, and cause my mind to turn toward freedom and awakening. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May God, spirits, and humans be brought under control, and at all times and in every circumstance may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and protector of all wandering beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities without obstructions and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with wrong views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Ma-Ri, by the power of your compassion and previous aspirations, Mother Achichoki Drolma, arise from the Dharma sphere, and look upon me from the space of primordial wisdom. Miraculously descend upon this activity mandala. Mother Achi, Lady of Nanam, powerful Dharma Tara, Wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, magnetizing goddess, fresh-eating Karma Dakini, Miyolob Sangma, Teka Do Sangma, Tingishal Sangma, and Chupen Di Sangma, protectors of the lineage forefathers, protectors of rightful hermitages, protectors with Samaya who pledge to protect the teachings of the Kagyu lineage. Your luminous wisdom never fades, your compassion never withholds, your blessings are never far, and your power is unobstructed. All of you, bless us yogins and our retinues through your enlightened body. Bless us through your enlightened speech. Bless us through your enlightened mind. Bless us through your enlightened qualities. Bless us through your enlightened activities. Act so as to conquer adverse circumstances and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the Samadhi companion that will guide me on the truth path. Thus, until I attain awakening, help me to never deviate onto mistaken paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn toward freedom and awakening. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May God, spirits, and humans be brought under control, and at all times and in every circumstance may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As the glory and protector of all wandering beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities without obstructions and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with wrong views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Jaya Jaya, Siddhi Siddhi, Pala Pala.
北宋当前将最错了，苏东去东不落解决，头当刚我当才娘家，俺这手去举杯下头，日本大宋成来我的，高当北宋口当刚啥，把当一百照别少数，男儿扎手女白给工，把这天我不知，这上东那去见这般。一定送过去接人家，写着定白杀气脚把，全靠蹲守刚加龙酒，当今什么年的结尾，那么就问这来这般，三界定送过就把，人都得叫那么就这把，你不能给没让手机别录到，没那样子的马前毛。那我打的你别打着，这个能让他打满着，谁公就别让人承包，有了人家的网口呢，一拉那不如别等等，上面这边那两个把，就这么种这东西玩，一拉这西龙就不送，谁说能成出来中到，你别找家穷工才玩。到那山东有些这把，大当他也心情他们去，那米走不上秋这把，俺前把车马路些把，屯进马路论见这把，见看些也拉真把咱们去，日本我做做完这把，送马一批都不去那，那个山东马路。别着干巴的，别我干的那个小大包。我地上的中没办法，速度高要没办法，速度加要没办法，安诺热度没办法，啥话是的没，啥话干嘛是咱们自当别人过着红，哈哈哈哈呼吧，啥话大当的本人慢慢们咱别咋吧嘛啥嘛，那都啊那等到人就都过话是的就那，你没在当我说，从哪来把这都。我说这的这么着说话，就没的结晶啊，这帮子别干啥了，不仅就往下去，去种树嘛，南街这些小买咱还是搞。Sadhana.
Main unit Sadhana, page 14. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until attaining enlightenment. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until attaining enlightenment. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Om Soba Vashada Soba Dhamma Soba Yadavam Jena Dum Jetomba Jodum Bengan Rejin Yen Zini Dum Jianzo Bejame Kamba Yewo Vadani Duji Timbo Rana Basar Toka Ali do jingo jeten da shayan temba jodun dunjananga nenden jenta juji jodum jodo di da jingo Rang Dugur Evandra Parden Lama Tuji Jimboyeme Lari Sanji Sanse Kurva Jindan Yoba Sanji Dum Jendu Kadur Jenzen Bengo Nye Konju Zum Jesava Lama Nam La Samja No Du Sun Devo Shiva Juji Kododo Samji Nam La Chin Zayanam Kodobu Jubu Yazi Jaba Mela Sonsa No Junji Magu Kumdo Kazo Sanji Jivala Jen Tujid Jendola Se Jinrezela Sanda Loi Jugun Ongo Jindu Yerme Yazu Ganjazu Jendon Soso Sadodon Shiru Julangani Perenga Deva Yela Sonsa No Dogining So Lendrube Medodub Marmite Jashas Sonzi Belam Nom Jinju.
Back to 14. All phenomena become void. From within the state of emptiness, upon a precious ground, appears a lovely, boundless palace, complete with all the perfect attributes, within which I vividly appear as the great compassionate one. Arising from a moon disk at my heart is marked with the syllable Shri. From the Shri at my heart, light rays radiate and invite the glorious Guru, who is indivisible from the great compassionate one. Surrounded by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the four families, he appears in the space in front of me and sits upon a moon disk resting on a 1,000-petaled lotus flower which sits upon a jeweled throne. Homage and praise to the Gurus who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is the Vajra holder and who are the root of the three jewels. Homage and praise to the radiant Amitabha, the Dharmakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the three times, appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11-faced one who gazes upon all beings of the 6 realms. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who, untainted by faults, is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage and praise to the Sugatas of the 5 families, who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from the space like Dharmakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, food, and the like.
Om Beda Bube Aho, Om Beda Dube Aho, Om Beda Loge, Om Beda Ginde Aho, Om Beda Nudu, Om Beda Shada. Sadhana Marevanja Beidumbo Sumdangarva Narodunju Beshaba Ye Kanya Dogutungu Dudu Baji Bakanja Tobi Menda Shaji Jidine Zamde Jume Gevanam Laji Rakolo Koshin Suva Ne Sanji Sonju Iji Zotam Jie San Chun Chuda No Sim Ji De Dam Dinju Ji Dung A Kundan Jaju Ji Nam Ya De Mi Maju Ji Dan Yom Chenpo Ne Jurji.
Page 19. Raja Holder and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret, I confess all transgressions of the three kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by ignorance. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on, I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to turn the wheel of Dharma. Holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood, I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. May all sentient beings be endowed with happiness. May they be free from all suffering. May they never be without happiness. May they abide in great equanimity.
Om Soba Vashuddha Savadhamma Soba Vashuddha Om Shunya Danjana Benda Soba Vahema Zunda Zimbiduba Ye Chuna Tam Jitomba Jadi Ngale Pima Da Vichin Konyaga Vetendura Sinrega Le Sem Chintunse Ne Tsunduru Bima Ne Sendom Barvashemse Jalayang Dele Chakju Tashabatavanju Suju Sonju Sanse Na Jenda Tela Temba Ye Kijinye La Pema Ne Sheta Jebayunju Le Dani Boba Jin Zigundo Karbolanto Jin Juju Shorje Zaya Kam Ye Jayom Teye Ujaye Maryuga Vate Demayeka Yunju sum shi jin de den cho ya na gu jin sum che ze to ni jin de den na shi ya ne ma bu zu du din ba ni jin ban gar je na ba so bi so ji tang bu ni tu ga ta ja ye ni ram the sum ben chu ji ze ye ben kho lon zhen ba yong ji ni be ma ta sum be je lo ye ba yen da yu sun zhen ba u de la sa ne gu ja da gu ju zo ni chu ji ze de da tong cha sa na yen te du jin ru din ba u nor wa ren chin jin chang yen gu du nu ma yon ba ne re da pa be yon ga ai ka shi ru ji shang da jin ye ang ta je ju ping zan wu zi ge bu zhu ju de to ga da wei chi yi ge bu zi ji bu da la ne jin zan ko da ji ba jin da
Back to 21. All phenomena that are subsumed under perceiver and perceived become empty. From within this state, the nature of my mind appears as a white tree upon a lotus and moon disk. From it, light streams forth and fulfills the purpose of sentient beings. The light then gathers back into the tree, which transforms into a golden lotus marked with a tree. From the tree, light emanates once again in the form of hooks and lassos that invite the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. They dissolve into the lotus and tree and instantly transform into myself, appearing as the noble Avalokiteshvara. My body is youthful, white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them, the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them, the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black, wrathful face with 3 eyes, bared fangs, and a menacing, frowning grimace. Above it is a red, peaceful face with a crown protrusion. Unadorned, it is visible from the neck up. Of my 8 main hands, the first 2 on top are folded in prayer at my heart. Below it, the second right hand holds a crystal mala. The third is in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus. The third holds an anointing vase, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. My remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. I am adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and I am wearing an upper garment of an antelope skin draped over my left breast. My lower garment is made from Benares. My crown is adorned with a diadem of beautiful silks, and I emit rays of white light. At my heart, upon a moon disk, is the white letter Shri, whose light rays invite Avalokiteshvara and his retinue from the pure land of Potala.
Om Benza Gama Om Benza Patenga Om Benza Pipea Om Benza Dupea Om Benza Alukea Om Benza Gindea Om Benza Nevedea Om Benza Shada.
Back to 26. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by faults is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Ja, Hom, Bam, Ho, we merge inseparably, and my three places become marked with the syllables Om, Ah, Hom. Again, light radiates from the Shri at my heart, which causes the 5 Tathagatas to come here. From their hearts emanate the 4 mothers holding primordial wisdom nectar, which they use to bestow empowerment directly upon me. The nectar overflows and transforms into the essence of the Guru, appearing as Amitabha at my crown, Akshobhya at my forehead, Ratnasambhava behind my right ear, Amoghasiddhi behind my left ear, and Vairochana at the nape of my neck. Thus I am crowned by the lords of the 5 families. At my heart, upon a lotus and moon, is the essence of the wisdom being, the great compassionate one. He is the size of a thumb joint, and at his heart is the Samadhi being, appearing as a white letter Shri. From it, light issues forth and purifies the obscurations of all beings, and they all transform into the great compassionate one. The light then returns and dissolves back into the Shri.
Lama Mani pime Juno Dum Jedumba Yadeangan Lerani Jedu Guru Nedun Chunashua Lerenjile Jujari Kadrubia Renchindrudondavi Nazobemandavi Yedivorunleranda Vedo Jechembonamba Sakundo Garbolanzo Jinjo Jesha Jetaya Kaijo Yumade Yedevu Jayamayunga Audidumuyiga Yeyo Javana Shaya Yadede Joyarnabu Nejizum Jedoni Jimni Deyetok Tenzin Simba Nijimbangur Jenamba Sadhaya Sajidambo Nijugurda Deyuni Vedrum Jesumbejuji Zeyibungolon Zimba Deyujini Besba Yensumbejizo Yeba Yenda Jayong Sunzimba O de la Sane Gubje Gubje Zanin Chuji Zete Durdo Jasana Jinde Jine Demba O Norveren Jinja Jigudona Mayomba Nerudo Babeyonga Pagayere Chishanda Yevodar Jube Zekarbontoa Yudendurleba Me Marbo Tenzin Soja Shardule Mubju Angubo Sanu Saja Loro Tramle Renjo Nese Bonchujin Saja Yenubdum Lenam Zegarbo Sanjujuge Sandule Tundru Nejanga Jabjin Saja Yekunjare Jinjinde Yenesum Sembe Sav Leuntrushe Samba Najirandambe Nyeme
back to 31. All phenomena become void. From within this state, from the re at my heart, emanates the letter broom, which travels to the space in front of me. The broom then melts and transforms into a palace of jewels, square with 4 doors. Inside is a jeweled throne and a moon disk upon which is a multicolored 8-petaled lotus. At its center is a she which transforms into the great compassionate one, crystal clear, resembling myself. His body is youthful, white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them, the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them, the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black, wrathful face with 3 eyes, bared fangs, and a menacing, frowning grimace. Above it is a red, peaceful face with a crown protrusion. Unadorned, it is visible from the neck up. Of his 8 main hands, the first 2 on top are folded in prayer at his heart. Below it, the second right hand holds a crystal mala. The third is in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus. The third holds an anointing vase, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. His remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. He is adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and wears an upper garment of an antelope skin draped over his left breast. The lower garment is made from Benares. The crown is adorned with a diadem of beautiful silks, and he emits rays of white light. Above, a Shri transforms into red Amitabha, his hands in the gesture of Samadhi. In the east, a Hum transforms into blue Akshobhya, his hands in the earth-touching gesture. In the south, a Tram transforms into yellow Ratnasambhava, his hands in the gesture of supreme giving. In the west, an Om transforms into white Vairochana in the aspect of supreme awakening. In the north, an A transforms into green Amoghasiddhi, with his hands in the gesture of granting protection. All of them are adorned with jewels, and their 3 places are marked with the 3 seed syllables. The light radiating from the 3 syllables invites the wisdom beings, who dissolves into him. Thus we have merged non-dually. Back to 37. Homage to the Gurus, who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is the Vajra holder and who are the root of the three jewels. Homage to the radiant Amitabha, the Dharmakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the three times, appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11-faced one who gazes upon all beings of the 6 realms. Homage to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who, untainted by faults, is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage to the Sugatas of the 5 families, who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from the space-like Dharmakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, food, and the like.
Om Benza Pupe Avon, Om Benza Dupe Avon, Om Benza Alogea, Om Benza Gende Avon, Om Benza Nevede, Om Benza Shabda. Sadhana dosavanju Dombo dangarva Naradunju Peshaba Ye Kanyam Dogetung De Baje Bakam Bimenda Shaji Yedene Tamden Jume Yegevanum Loji Nagolo Korshin Surva Ne Sanji Sojuji No Dam Je San Chon Chudu No Solje Puju Soje Meto Narera Len Yede Jimba Ne Sanji Shino Mejibu Yendu Gunamda Yendu Juba Yonyu Zemenda Zambondebu Visanjolamla Parchemamjam Yentu Sumdeshi Gumbaduba Dansi Barman Yevamen Yenam Gadanya Runa Dovasho Rangdo Du Juba Nieto Je Chembo Sanjo Le Yeshi Durze Jumba Bebumba Yons Kamwaju.
Back to page 40. Vajra holder and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret, I confess all transgressions of the 3 kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by the 3 poisons. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on, I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to turn the wheel of Dharma. Holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood, I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. By visualizing it as a Buddha realm and offering it, May all beings enjoy the perfect purity of this realm. Having offered this excellent and pleasing mandala, may we experience no obstacles on the path to awakening. May we realize the enlightened mind of the Sugatas of the three times. May we neither strain to samsara nor rest in nirvana's peace. May all beings, limitless as skies vast, become liberated. Streams of primordial wisdom nectar descend from the fingers of myself and the great compassionate one in front, filling the vase completely.
Atavate Tale Tale Pratale Prata Kusuma Kusuma Val Elemele Tedo Mapano Yazu Amane Peme Hore Amane Peme Hore Amane Peme Hore Amane Peme
Then I, the deity wisdom being, dissolve into the main deity in front. Above my crown is Gelongma Palmo, who supplicates the Noble One on my behalf. In the English language, Gelongma Palmo's praise to the Noble Lord Avalokiteshvara.
Deshena Tenzin si Babo Zayan Chuji Da Tekun Siva Sayons Bin Sayons Ji Bimena Bajin Babo Jejana Pentewa Masun Juba Yari Jiba Do Do Babo India Bema Chodo Sanjin Yom Babo Kawa Dong Do Do Go Jing Dim Bab Tema Chame Te Tum Zibab Zibia Zijere Marbu Jimbabo Temen Soda Soni Nga Zebab Go Jiji Do Da Dijin Jimbabo Ninchen Mamba Bomba Nene Jimbab Omen Jodr Sudr Jojin Jimbabo Rada Babe no Mayum Bagaba Ninja Du Gede Jinan Chawabo Tama Me Babe Min Cholo Debab Diving Nipi Min Dodan Jimbabo Egan Chola No Jibab Azu Jibiru Shondam Zimbabwe Tebe Chinjo Sojin Bara Zimbab Yanya Suno Baboni Asobabu Tadu Divi June Kane Sab Sumdan Jiji Kurju Jibadumbab Nujin Chodu Dubon Chole Jorab Sije kande de shaya bo ambe ne sa ye ban ze ba ngambian dun lo ji de do shi bo yon do ne so jin den ba nyop o mie to do je to le ju bo kan ye to do to ran la ne ku ba yin zi ju bo ye la sim zi jin de be chong de da ja sa de zin ene chi bo ne pe me yin jan lu ji wang de mu ji wa tam je ji den na na gu ba rum ju om ji de gu bo la san za la je den la ma se ba sum ji de ba la e zu du dan sa be tu ba bo be jan ju du be de ban je ba je den sum ji gu bo jo la sam za la ne she pa me ku de kun san zhen ba ne she na ta ye jin se ba bo sa yen chu ji ye da te kun se ba sa yon se ji pe me na ba jin ba bo te jen ra ben che wa ma sin chu ba sha de ji bo do do jin ba bo jin je pe ma chu do san xin yang ba ka wa dong do dong go jin e din ba bo te me a cha me te chong ben zi ba zi pe zi jia re ma bu jin ba bo pe men so da so ni nga wa se ba dong go zhi ji du do di yun ba ren qi ma bo bo ba ni ne jin ba lo men chou de so de jia yin yun ba ra da pa pe no ma yong ba ka ba nin jia de ge jin jin nan chang wa zhen ma me ba pe men chou la ne ba de bien ne pe men da dan jan ba se je ka ran chou la no zhi ba da zu zhi be ri zu xiang dang zhi ba te pe jin jiu cu jin pa ri shen ba jiu nie su na ma bo ni a sa ba da du de vi jiu ne ga ne se ba shen dang zi jin ke jiu zhi ba dun ba zi jin chu de de pong chu li jiu ba se je ga de zhe ye xiu ye wa bo sang bi ni so ye ban zi ba nan bian zhen zhe lang jie de da xi ba bo yang zai nie wa sa yin den ba ni wa o mian cu da chen cu le zhu ga ye da du tu ran la ne gu ba jin ne zi jin bo ye la sim zi jin de ben chou de da jia sa wa tu zi ene ji ba ne pe me jan jiwa de da mo jiwa dom ji ji de le ne ge ba kun zhe je om ji de go bo la son za la ji de la ma se ba sum je de ba la e zu de dan zang be de ba bo de be jiang jiu de be zhe ban zi ba ji de sum ji go bo qiu la sam za lo ge xie pa me ge de gong zang zi ba ge xie na ta ye jin si ba bo sa ye chu ji ye da zhi gong si ba sa yong si ji pe me na ba jin ba bo te xian ra ben zhi wa ma si ren qu ba xia de ji bo do do zi ba bo jin ji pe ma qiu de sa xin yang ba ka wa dong do nong ge zhi me din ba bo zhen me cha me de chong ben zi ba zi pe zi jia re ma bu jin ba Soda Sani Ngavasibab, Nga Jindu de Yumbab, Rinchi Mamba Pumba Nine Jimbab, Loman Jadr Sabdr Jajin Yumbab, Rada Pabuno Mayumba Kabab, Ninja du Gijin Jinan Chamabu, Mame Bope Manchulu Neba. Eve munu peme do don jambabu, seje keran chola nu treba, azu treba raza shodam zimbabu, tebe chinjo sojin bar simbab, yonye sona mambo nye asabab, adu deve jone gane sevab, Sumda zejin kaju juba dumbabu, lujin chodu dubon tule jorwa, seje kanda daye shoye awaba, tambe neso ye amban zeba, nangben dudu loji dudu shibabu, yonzo nyewa so yen tenba nyab, Omi Soda Chun Tole Durvab, Kanji Tadu Toranani Kubai, Inezije Ambo Ela Sinzije, Tuben Chode Taja Sava Tuzin, Enechi Bum Nebume Janru, Jiwo Dudomo Jiwo Domjet, Jeden lene gaba gundu jo om jeden go bola sam talon jeden lama seba sumje tuba la ye tu du dan tambe tuba po tube jan chu tube tuba zeba jeden sumje go bo chola sam talo Nishi pami kote kunzan zeba, Nishi nama taye ujin seba po, Sayen chuji yodo chikun seba, Saun siji pime namba jimba, Rabin tewa masin chuba, Shari jeba dawa do zibabu, Jinje pemo chodo sojin yombab, Kawa tondo nongo tringe dimbab, Cheme chame de chombun zebab, Zebe uze chere marbe jimbabu, Peme chodo soning over zebab, Tungo trinje dodan diyin yumbab, Enche mabo pomba nine jimbab, Lomen chobdre sobdre jabje jubab, Rada pabeno mayumba kabab, Ninja duve gije jinan chawabo, Chama me bobe men chola nebab, NyungNe peme dada jambabo, Seji kiran chola no tiba, Tazu tibi razo shodam zibabo, Tube chinjo tsojin parar sabab, Chonye suna mangbo nye asabab, Tadu tibi jone gane sirwab, Sumda zejin kaju juba dumbabo, Najin chode dubon chule jorwab, Serje kanda traye shaya wabo, Sambi niso ye amban zeba, Mangben chundu lo chi chudu shibubu, Yonzo nye waso jen tenpa nye, Omi tsoda che tsoli duwabu, Kanyi tadu tora nane kuba, Jine zije ambo ye la sinzije, Tuben chodu toja sowa tuzin, Ene jibam ne pime janru, Jivan no jivan tumje, Jitene ne gaba gundru jo.
You may also sit and chant if you prefer.
I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the Guru of the universal by beings of all three realms, Fates, Bhagravs, Marabama, wish granting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing all these can. Once you crowns adore me, the Buddha boundless light, you generate statues too hungry. Ghost, you left hands adore me, the gold lotus. You perfume hair flashes relighting bound up. Like red gold garlands, how your face is beautiful. Shining full moon and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite you smell in bodies. White as the snow ink, caught your hotly greeting. Pearls you are decked in radiance like the red of dawn. You heart sped like perfect lotus Susa. Ranged on a still lake, you think like the atom. Clouds, many jewels adorn your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. Your left bed is covered by antelope. Light beautified by fine earrings, bracelets, and anklets. You are but on a destiny pure. To send your belly smoother than lotus petal. You sublime gold berry studded with fine gems from your hips, red garment of the finest silk, supreme wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower realms, liberators of the light. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme man beings, victor over Mars. O's golden nectar and dimly beautify your feet. You form back the Tetsukyu beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as one. Doctrines keeper all accumulations. Dan savor from the oceans of milky water. Men or women, if you rise each day at Dan devote your mind with respect to Chen Rezik, and you praise He with His excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of you worthy and transcended wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future lives. I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the Guru of the universal by beings of all three realms, praised by God's Marabama, wish granting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing all these can. Once you crowns adorn the Buddha boundless light, you generate statues too hungry. Ghost, you left hands adorn la lotus. Your perfume hair flashes relighting bound up. Like red gold garlands, how your face is beautiful. Shining full moon and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite you smell in bodies. White as a snow ink, caught your hotly greeting. Pearls you are decked in radiance like the red of dawn. You heart sped like perfect lotus Susa. Ranged on a still lake, you think like the atom. Clouds, many jewels adorn your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. Your left breast is covered by antelope. Hide beautified by fine earrings, bracelets, and anklets. You are bound on a pristinely pure. To send your belly smoother than lotus crystal, you sublime gold, very studiedly fine. Gems from your hips, thread garments of the finest silk, supreme wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the soul. Lime lower and liberated source of delight. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme. Among beings, victor over Mars. Holds golden nectar and genie beautify your feet. You for boundless static, you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan, doctrine's keeper, all accumulations. Dance saver from the oceans of milky water, men or women, if you rise each day. Then devote your mind with respect to Chenrezig, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcended wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future lives. Om, I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the Guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by gods, Marabama, wish-granting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once you crowns adorn with the Buddha boundless light, you generous stars gives to hungry ghosts. You left hands adorned with a gold lotus. Your perfume hair flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. How your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite, you smell in bodies white as a snowing coat. Your hotly greeting pearls, you are decked in radiance like the red oak. Then you had sped like perfect lotus Susa, ranged on a still lake, you sting like the atom. Clouds, many jewels adorn your shoulders, you young palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. You left spread is covered by antelope, hide beautified by funny rings, blessed anklets. You abide on a pristine pure lotus, and your belly smooth as a lotus petal. You sublime gold bed studded with fine gems from your hips, thread garments of the finest silk, supreme wisdom of the Buddha can be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower and liberated source of the light. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor over Mars. Whose golden necklace and dignity beautify your feet. You for boundless set secure beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan, doctrine's keeper, all accumulations. Then saver from the oceans of milky water, men or women, if you rise each day. Then devote your mind with respect to Chenrezig, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcended wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future life.
Om Bema Sado Samaya, Mana Palaya, Bema Sado Dinova, Dijandino Mebava, Sudukayo Mebava, Subidam, Anurado Mebava, Sawaside Mebanza, Sawakamasita Me, Tanjian Guru Hung Ha Hubang, Sawa Tatanga, the Pimama Mimeza, Pimabama, Naya Sado, Temba, Tenzi, Yada Sondrona Sancho Simyo la song zhi Tenzin rab to ne kun jin xie ra to ba sen ji lo.
Bottom of page 49. Please grant your blessings that the teachings and the holders of the teachings will remain for a long time, and that myself and all sentient beings may train in bodhicitta. Grant your blessings that we may fully attain the union of shamatha and vipassana, and that we may perfectly realize omniscient wisdom.
Om soba va shuddha soba dhamma soba va shuddha va vama om kadu chiro nupa na panzo dembe torma dem papa jine zeva na jarva se nam lamba.
This Toma, endowed with perfect color, odor, taste, and potency, I offer to the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas.
Agar moga sovadamana adedubena duda om ahum bezo. Agar moga sovadamana adedubena duda om ahum bezo. Agar moga sovadamana adedubena duda om ahum bezo. Om loke shore sabara Nidam balenda kaga kaya kaya Om loke shore sapare vara Nidam balenda kaga kaya kaya Om loke shore sapare vara Nidam balenda kaga kaya Kaya jishin jivu dunutam Dare zan loza najame Anjin che Lama la jin le dam la jo san jo sim ne rambo je ma je pa nam je pa nya ba me ba
Back to 51. In this and all my future lives, may I be born in a good family, and may I be endowed with a clear intellect, free from pride, and may I have great compassion and devotion to the Guru. May my samaya, witch, and resig remain firm. May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. By offering a bath with scented streams of nectar to the protector Avalokiteshvara, a lamp for wandering beings, may all defilements and the two kinds of obscurations of all beings be completely purified, and may there be the auspiciousness for all beings to achieve the stainless three kayas. Exalted Lord, please heed me. I request you to forgive my lack of clarity in meditation, corrupted mantra recitations, and impure activities regarding cleanliness, all of which I have committed while controlled by lethargy and agitation.
Om Mama Sato Samaya Manapalai Lama Sato Dinaba Dijanjo Meba Sukhayo me bhava, Sukhayo me bhava, Anurado me bhava, Sava siddhi me bhayansa savagan, me jidam jyam. Bunga me Sadhana, Prema me beza, Prema bhama, Sadhava, Mane Prema, Dunjinam Gambaba, Yo ye ge choma sunja, Pesane papi durje, Ye chuze devsandaja, Ye laya jivurdhamba, Yo toje sana pema, Ye jibe mokhasi, Neru dala shene, Yang tsu du je jimbo, Mo da je sha je sanye, Mo du je jimbo savaju.
In the space before me is the exalted noble one who was born from the 6 syllables. He bathes me with the nectar that flows from his fingers, which purifies the 3 obscurations. The deity then dissolves into my crown, and the lotus in the compassionate one's hand opened the lotus of my mind. Although you now depart to Mount Potala, great compassionate one, please return so we can meet again. Visualizing myself as the deity, I appear as the great compassionate one with 1 face and 2 arms. By this virtue, may I swiftly accomplish Lord Avalokiteshvara, and may I bring all beings without exception to that state. We will now read from the blue prayer book, King of Aspirations, on page 52. Homage to the ever-youthful Manjushri. With purity of body, speech, and mind, I bow to all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future, without exception, in every world, in all the 10 directions. By the power of this aspiration of Samantabhadra, I bow with as many bodies as there are atoms in the world, to all those victorious Buddhas manifest in my mind, and I pay homage to all of them. I conceive their entire realm of truth to be completely filled with enlightened ones. On each atom I imagine there to be as many Buddhas as atoms in the world, each Buddha surrounded by many bodhisattvas. I honor all these blissful lords, praising their perfections with all the sounds of various melodies, an ocean of endless praise. I offer to those heroic Buddhas the finest flowers, garlands, music and ointments, excellent canopies, choice lamps, and the best incense. I offer as well to those victorious ones the finest array of all excellent things, the finest robes and fragrances, and heaps of sweet-smelling powders as high as Mount Meru. By the power of my faith in the deeds of Samantabhadra, I prostrate and present vast and unequaled offerings to each of the victorious Buddhas. I confess every type of wrong that I have done in thought, word, or deed, while influenced by desire, anger, and ignorance. I rejoice in the meritorious deeds of all the Buddhas, as well as those performed by the Bodhisattvas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Arhats, those who are in the path of training, those who need no more training, and by all sentient beings in the 10 directions. I entreat the enlightened protectors, who have attained the detachment of Buddhahood and illuminate the worlds of the 10 directions to turn the peerless wheel of Dharma. With folded hands, I beseech those who intend to manifest the final nirvana to remain for as many eons as there are atoms in all the worlds, for the benefit and happiness of all living beings. May whatever small amount of virtue I may have gained from prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, and beseeching be dedicated to attainment of perfect enlightenment. May I worship the Buddhas of the past and those now present in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those to come quickly fulfill their aspiration and reach Buddhahood by traversing the stages of enlightenment swiftly. May all the worlds of the 10 directions become extensively and completely pure. May it be filled with bodhisattvas and victorious Buddhas who proceed to the royal tree of enlightenment. May all living beings in the 10 directions always be happy and free of sickness. May they be endowed with favorable circumstances for achieving dharmic goals, and may their wishes be accomplished. May I remember my lives in all states of existence while in the training for enlightenment. In all my successive births and deaths, may I always embrace religious life. May I follow all the victorious Buddhas and perfect all the deeds of Samantabhadra. Pure in their morality without defect, may my conduct always be flawless. May I teach the Dharma in every tongue, in whatever sounds are understood by living beings, in the languages of the gods, nagas, demons, spirits, and human beings. May I steadfastly apply myself to the 6 perfections. May I never disregard my intention to attain enlightenment and completely remove whatever faults may obscure my path. May I be free from karma, emotional afflictions, and the influence of demons, like the lotus unsoiled by the mire or like the sun and moon in a clear sky, so that I may proceed unhindered. Throughout all the lands in all the directions, may I relieve the sufferings of the lower realms. May I be able to bring happiness to and provide benefit for all living beings. Fully accomplishing the activities of enlightenment, may I walk in harmony with the needs of all beings. May I practice and demonstrate the deeds of Samantabhadra through all future eons. May I always associate with those whose activities are similar to mine. May we act alike in thought, word, and deed, and may our aspirations be as one. May I always associate with spiritual friends who wish to help me and teach the deeds of Samantabhadra. May I never cause them pain or disappointment. May I always personally behold the victorious Buddhas, those guardians surrounded by bodhisattvas. Without tiring in all future eons, may I always present them magnificent offerings. May I always uphold the Buddha's holy Dharma and illuminate the deeds of enlightenment. May I train in the practice of Samantabhadra in all future eons. Through rebirth in all the states of existence, may I gather an endless store of merit and wisdom. May I become an inexhaustible treasure of all virtues of method, wisdom, concentration, and liberation. May I always behold as many pure lands as there are atoms present in each world, with inconceivable Buddhas sitting in the midst of the bodhisattvas and performing the activities of enlightenment. In this way, may I be able to see everywhere, even on every mote of dust, countless Buddhas of the past, present, and future, limitless pure lands, and endless eons. May I always heed the pure speech of the victorious Buddhas, which holds within each word the totality of the perfect Dharma, and an ocean of languages precisely suited to the needs of each being. May I possess the perfect intelligence to heed the endless melody of speech when the victorious Buddhas of the past, present, and future turn the wheels of Dharma. May I accomplish the Bodhisattva's practice of entering the past, present, and future in a fraction of a second. May I know in a single instant all that is encompassed in the duration of the 3 times. May I behold all the heroic Buddhas of the past, present, and future in a single instant. May I always perform their activities through the power of liberation from illusion. May I perceive upon a single atom the perfect design of the pure realms of the past, present, and future. Thus may I enter into the realms of the victorious Buddhas in all directions. When the illuminators of the worlds of the future realize the stages of Buddhahood, turn the wheel, and enter the profound peace of nirvana, may I always be in their presence. May I accomplish the perfect powers of enlightenment, the power of miraculous swiftness, the power of perfection of every spiritual path, the power of all virtuous qualities, the power of all-pervasive loving kindness, the power of the merit of every virtue, the power of all transcendent wisdom, and the powers of perfect knowledge, method, and meditation. May the forces of karma be utterly purified, the power of passions utterly subdued, the power of demons utterly destroyed, and the power of the deeds of Samantabhadra perfected. May I tirelessly perform the enlightened activities for an ocean of eons, purifying an ocean of lands, liberating an ocean of beings, realizing an ocean of dharma, attaining an ocean of wisdom, perfecting an ocean of practice, accomplishing an ocean of aspirations, ceaselessly serving an ocean of Buddhas. May I completely fulfill all perfect aspirations to the enlightened activity of the victorious Buddhas of the three times by attaining enlightenment according to the deeds of Samantabhadra. The eldest son of the victorious Buddhas is called Samantabhadra. I dedicate all these virtuous actions that my deeds may be like his. May my body, speech, mind, deeds, and environment always be pure. May I become equal to Samantabhadra in these excellent aspirations. May there be no limit to my activities. May there be no limit to my virtues. Through limitless perseverance, may I accomplish all miraculous deeds. The limit of living beings is like the limit of open space. May the limit of my aspirations be equal to the limit of their activities and passions. Whoever offers to the victorious Buddhas all the perfect joys of gods and men, and the infinite realms of the 10 directions adorned with jewels, for as many eons as there are atoms in those realms, shall gain great merit. But whoever hears this greatest dedication prayer and is inspired by faith to intensely desire supreme enlightenment shall gain even higher and holier merit. Whoever recites the aspiration of Samantabhadra will never again endure hellish rebirth, will abandon all evil friends, and will soon behold Amitabha, Buddha of boundless light. They will gain all benefits, live in happiness, attain precious human rebirth, and soon become like Samantabhadra himself. Even those who in ignorance committed the 5 unredeemable sins will soon be completely purified by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. They will achieve perfect wisdom, a radiant countenance, beautiful form, auspicious physical marks, and a noble birth. Profane and devilish being will not trouble them, and they will be honored in the 3 realms. They will quickly reach the tree of enlightenment and reside there to benefit all beings. As enlightened Buddhas, they will turn the wheel of Dharma, taming the demonic hosts. Whoever preserves, teaches, or recites these aspirations of Samantabhadra shall ultimately attain perfect Buddhahood. May none despair of complete enlightenment. In whatever way valiant Manjushri and Samantabhadra know how to transfer merit, so do I dedicate all of my own virtues that I might train to be like them. Since dedication is praised as supreme by the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times, I dedicate all of these roots of virtues to accomplishing the deeds of Samantabhadra. At the moment of my death, may all my obscurations be removed, that I may behold Amitabha, the Buddha of boundless light, and go to Sukhavati, the pure land of perfect bliss. In that blissful land, may I completely fulfill all of these aspirations and benefit all beings as long as the universe remains. Joyful there in that blessed assembly of the Buddha, may I be reborn like the holy ones from an exquisite lotus, and may the Buddha Amitabha himself foretell my own enlightenment. May I thereafter emanate endlessly through the power of perfect wisdom to accomplish countless benefits for life gathered by reciting this aspiration of Samantabhadra. May all the virtuous aspirations of living beings be accomplished in a single moment. Through the boundless merit gained by dedicating these aspirations of Samantabhadra, may the countless beings drowning in the torrent of suffering reach the stage of Amitabha. May this greatest of dedication prayers benefit countless living beings. May reciting this ornament of Samantabhadra release all beings from the suffering of the lower realm. We'll go to the yellow prayer book. Long life prayers on page 20. For this realm encircled by snow-covered mountains, it's of all benefit and happiness without exception. Tenzin Gyatso. May your life remain steadfast until the end of samsara. Embodiment of the three jewels, great being who upholds and increases the teachings of the Shakya lion, you perfectly guide others with your excellent deeds. May you, the precious Guru who accomplishes everything spontaneously, live long. Holder of the teachings of Lord Rigumpa, great sovereign of the three jewels, through the power of your peerless compassion and the holy Dharma's peaceful light, you bring relief to beings. May your life be long. Known in the noble land as Ayadeva, you emanated into the Gar clan of eastern Tibet as Chudingpa, the hard son of Jigten Gompo. May the life of glorious Garchen remain steadfast for 100 years. Okay, we'll conclude the session for today and meet tomorrow at 8:30.
Thank you. Tomorrow, no prostration during whole day. Day after tomorrow, yes. Last one. So tomorrow, no prostration. It's a NyungNe Sadhana introduction beginning 31 days already. Also, Chami Rinpoche, also today Rinpoche special message in tomorrow, no prostration.